So, hello, sir.
I,
Yeah, so as I previously mentioned, it's very, it gives amusement when I listen to people talking about, in a way, raving about how Kerala cracked the tourism secret that, a lot of people, even Northeast or, they find it difficult to crack. So, what do you think? How did that happen?
I think Kerala is actually lucky in several aspects. Number one, for any tourist destination, the nature, right? The coastline, the backwaters, the hill stations, the forest cover, the wildlife. In all these aspects, Kerala was actually lucky. But that is not the only reason. And weather-wise and all those stuff, rain, all those stuff. We have 44 rivers. But then, in addition to all those things, the administration in the last 3 4 decades, they have taken the right decision when this Kerala tourism has to be taken outside Kerala to India and to abroad. And that has happened maybe 2 3 decades back, and that has clicked. But then there were a lot of planning, lot of efforts, and lot of vision were there, and that has clicked. That's what I believe.
Okay, so now that there's a lot of travel tourism related this thing happening, how like significantly till 2019 and 2020 if you look at, because after that pandemic happened, so how did this reworking on the strategies happened and what worked, what didn't work, some insights.
2000 up to 2019 or at present?
Huh. No, till then, how was it? What was the phase before pandemic,
Mhm.
and then how did pandemic affect, and how did you rework on that?
Yeah, 2019 was the highest so far in international arrivals and domestic travelers. But then, as you said, in 2020 and 21, because of the pandemic and COVID and the flood, we had low numbers. That was the case in everywhere. But then in 2022, the numbers have started coming back. The domestic travelers, for example, have crossed the previous records. It has crossed the 2 crores, 20 million travelers were there. But the international travelers were 1.1 million in 2019, which is yet to pick up. Like probably this year, we hope that we will be able to cross that numbers. But then before, as I said, this has been increasing over the years, and that has reached in 2019 these numbers which I have mentioned.
Okay, so what are the strategies that you're trying to, implement to bring back the glory that it had before
See,
pandemic?
the thing is that internationally, in tourism sector, there are a lot of changes which is happening every day. So the marketing is one thing which you have to actually focus. You might be having a lot of very good international products. You must be having international unique destinations, but then unless and until you sell it, unless and until you send it to the right person, then people are not going to come, right? So marketing is one strategy which you have to focus. Number one. Number two, if you compare the marketing strategies which we have to adopt right now, compared to say a decade back, this has to change drastically, because everybody has realized that marketing is a key aspect, and everybody is actually focusing and investing a lot of money. So the marketing has to be designed in such a way. So is the case with the products. For example, this year we are coming up with a product called Destination Weddings. So this campaign is everything is related to say destination wedding. But then we know that Kerala, any say 1 kilometer or 2 kilometer if you take, I'm sure you will have a beautiful natural location to have a destination wedding. Only thing is that the ambience has to be there, the basic infrastructure has to be there. And if you take the number of rooms available, for example, Kumaragam is one of our hot destination wherein we have more than 1,000 rooms available. 1,000 rooms. Some 20 very good top class resorts are there. So you take, we can list maybe 25 destinations like that. So this is how it is.
Okay, wonderful. And also, I got to know that, you have this huge following. Like, in general, you don't see that kind of following in films you do, but, government officers having that following. So how do you take it when you get to listen to stuff like this?
The thing is that the time is changing. No, everybody is watching news. Everybody is like aware of what is actually happening. So, the moment you are being realistic, the moment you are available, you are connected to the people, they realize that okay, what I say and what I do are the same thing. People will be able to see through things, right? So it's not that earlier times, the informations were not available. Now the things are available. It's transparent. When I say something nonsense, people can just Google it and say that they say what you said is nonsense. So when you are transparent, when you are speaking the truth, then definitely I think people will be able to understand and people will be able to follow. And most important thing is it doesn't matter whether people follow you or not. The thing is that for an administrator, if you could convey the message to the public and if you get the feedback and if you can improve upon based on the feedback, then that is the best thing, and I think that is the thing which I like about it.
Okay, wonderful. So I have a couple of questions where the segment is myth breaking session. So you being on the other side, the officer side of it, and there are so many youngsters who are looking at the positions and all of that, and applying for jobs. So let's have 2 3 questions about that, and you answer whether it's a myth or a reality. Okay. So the first common question is, the officers are more on the side of government, but not on people. So what is your response to that?
The so I have to say whether it is a
Yeah, yes or no, and why? Why do you
yeah.
feel that?
I don't think so. I don't think so because the system, the things, the times has changed, and people are evolving. Right. So is the case with the officers. So unless and until you deliver, unless and until you work for the people, the things cannot go forward. That is what we have realized. So I think people have the officers have changed or they are changing.
So aspirations of next question is aspirations of IAS preparation students are very far from reality when it comes to what actually the officers can do in terms of change and all. So what do you think? Is it true?
No, that is not true. The officers still can do a lot of things, but the problem is like, what do you think you are able to do, right? And number one, number two, it looks like it's difficult because you think that you are the only person who is going to do things alone. No, that is not how it is. This is a democracy wherein you work with a team, with the government. You are the executive, and you work with the government. So when you look at it that way, as a team, there is nothing which you can't do. That's what I feel.
Okay, wonderful. So is there any personal tip that you want to give for the people who are preparing for any kind of this competitive jobs that from the inside that you want to give it to them?
Yeah, forget about whether you want to clear this exam or not, whether you have the ability to clear it or not, whether you studied enough or not. That should not be the focus area. You just focus on what you are going to do here. Just focus on what are the magic which you can bring in here, right? And just get motivated with the vast area of operations wherein you can contribute a lot, right? The moment you think about it, the moment you get inspiration from that, the moment you get that kind of goosebumps, when you think about it, definitely this exam is nothing. You will definitely be able to crack it.
Wonderful. So my last question is, so in this, the career span that you had, is there any one moment that you were like, oh my god, yeah, this is what I wanted, or this is the day I was waiting for? Like any moment that you felt that way?
It's not that just one single moment. It's like probably every day there will be one or the other moment, right? Definitely it will definitely be there every single day. For example, today when we were sitting here, we were listening to Amitabh concert, right? And when Amitabh concert talks about Kerala tourism, and I remember that sir was in Kerala tourism in Kerala, right? So this is the kind of that the kind of motivation which you are going to get, the kind of knowledge he is, the kind of platform he is talking about, and the idea which you are getting from that conversation is like, you can also be like him, you can also do that much magic in the country. Wow, don't you think that that is a moment? And I'm sure there will be similar moments almost every day in the service.
Thank you. That was very insightful. Thank you so much for the session. Thank you. This is Maruti Acharya, and you're watching India Today So South.